Hey, what's up? This is Chris Axelrod from the Axelrod Clinic. So I want to tell you a little bit about how to do these affirmations. It's really important to do them correctly for them to work. And before I do that, let me just be clear what an affirmation is. A lot of people don't really think of this appropriately or think of it clearly, and they don't. And because of that, and because they don't do them correctly, they don't work for those people. So an affirmation is something that transforms your subconscious mind, and it does so in alignment with what you are affirming as true right now, not in the future, but right now. So that's why the affirmation sheet, you will see that everything is phrased in the present tense. The reason that has to happen is because your subconscious mind will believe whatever you tell it. And if you keep telling yourself things like, I will achieve this, I will find peace, I will da 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 da, what you're telling your subconscious mind is you don't have peace, you don't have the thing that you are wanting to have, right? You're telling it it's somewhere off in the future. And it will believe that, and it will configure itself, if you will, around that assumption. So that's why we have to use present tense. Now, using present tense means that there's a part of our mind that is going to doubt. Why? Because often what we are affirming is not yet true, in the sense that if I'm the kind of person that has low confidence or low self-esteem, and I'm affirming something like, I am confident and I always give myself love and kindness. So I'm affirming that in the present, but there's some doubt in my mind, right? Because everything in my life has kind of aligned itself with my previous assumption, or really what you can say is my current assumption, that I'm not confident and that I don't give myself that kind of love and kindness. So we have to really set ourselves into a different state of mind when we do these affirmations. Number one, just put yourself in that childlike state. All of us, when we were children, we were very adept, right, at pretending. We would pretend playthings. We would just become the characters that we wanted to be and just absorb ourselves in that character. Like, we would stay in character. Like, if we were pretending to be superheroes, or we were pretending to be some person that we saw on TV that we resonated with, or in the cartoons, or whatever it was, right? We would pretend to be those people, and we would be 100% in character to the best of our ability. And we didn't question that. We just very naturally did it. So that's what we need to do when we're doing these affirmations. We need to reconnect with that part of ourselves and just say, I am this, I am that, I am, everything in the present tense. The second thing is feel it. Don't just say it. Don't just repeat it like a machine or robotically. Say it and feel it. Now, you don't have to say it out loud. Of course, it's fine to say it out loud if you're in a situation where you're alone and you have a way to say it out loud, or you can whisper it so that you can say it quietly, or just repeat it in your mind, but feel it. In other words, allow yourself to feel that it is true right now. So here's the thing. If you've never been a confident type of person and you want to have more confidence, there's a part of your mind, right, that's going to say, well, you're not confident. You're telling me you are confident, but you're not. And you've never really felt what that's like. Well, pretend you do know what it feels like to be confident. Just pretend. This is the key. The key is to actually create the state right now to the best of your ability. To the best of your ability. We have to suspend all self-criticism and all self-judgment and suspend doubt and just swallow the pill, so to speak. It is exactly the same process as taking a pill and saying, I have faith. You don't realize that every time you swallow a pill, a medicine or supplement, that is an action of faith that you're saying, I have faith that this is going to work, that it's going to help me, and it's not going to hurt me. And so you swallow it, right? Once you swallow it, it goes into your body and it does all the work that it needs to do. And you don't have to even think about it. And next thing you know, your headache is gone, or you have more energy, or the swelling is down, or the allergies are better. Whatever the medicine is supposed to do, that part happens automatically, right? The same thing happens with these affirmations. You are swallowing these ideas, these concepts into your subconscious mind. And when you do that, the subconscious mind just responds to the medicine. And it starts to change your feelings and your assumptions about yourself and everything else to where things start to change. You start to feel differently. You start to feel more positive. You start to feel less anxious. You start to feel more peaceful. And all that happens naturally without you having to do anything, without you having to think about it. So that's the third thing. You have to repeat these affirmations every day. I would recommend repeat each one 3 times before you go on to the next one. Repeat it 3 times. Give yourself a chance to bring that feeling into the present. And just repeat it 3 times, okay? And that is going to make sure that it's going into your subconscious mind as deeply as possible. And then just forget about it. Just forget about it. Now, one thing I've noticed practicing these affirmations, and this is why I believe in them so much. I've been doing them for years. And one thing that I have noticed is after a few days of doing affirmations, and I always update my affirmations based on what it is that I'm dealing with or what it is that where I'm finding myself getting anxious about something or feeling like I'm blocked. And I encourage you to do the same thing, but start with these just so you can get a feel for how to do it and make sure that the language is clear and all that. And you'll get used to how, once you've done them a bunch, you'll know how to formulate your own. But what I was going to say is when you are doing these affirmations regularly, throughout your day, you will encounter situations that usually trigger your old pattern, and the affirmation will just come to mind. It's like you, that core self, says, oh, look, here's this new thought that you have about this situation and about this feeling and about how you're going to respond. And it just happens automatically. You'll see after a few days, okay? So, again, practice every morning. I think morning and evening are the best times. Morning, your mind is fresh. You haven't yet got accumulated all the usual junk that you do during the day. And nighttime, right before you go to sleep, is a great time to do these affirmations. Because as you go to sleep, your subconscious mind becomes more open. And when you take those pills, like I call them, right before you go to bed, they go to work all night long. And you'll see, okay? Just do it like that. Read each one 3 times, generate the feeling, and then just let it go. So that's it. I want to hear how it goes. Feel free to shoot me an email, chris@axelrodclinic.com, okay? And if you're a patient, feel free to text in, all right? And just let us know how it's going. See you next time.